So, okay, you like this? This is a good joke. This is my Celine Dion joke.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who Celine Dion is, first of all?
Singer?
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Kind of got that there.
So you know who she is. Okay. Right. So what happens is, right. Okay. First of all, there's a horse. Right. Horse goes into a pub. Yeah, horse. Ordinary horse goes into this pub.
Yeah.
Right. And he goes to the barman. Barman will have a drink. Okay. So he's not an ordinary horse. Obviously, he's a horse who can talk.
Interesting.
So it's a talking horse goes into the bar. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I know where we are now.
I've got a headache now. Okay. So yeah, this horse, like Mr. Ed, but not Mr. Ed, goes into this bar and says to the barman, I want a drink. Give me a pint of lager. So the barman gives him a pint of lager. Mm-hmm. So obviously this horse has got money because he's paid the barman. He's probably got credit card.
Yes.
He's got a credit card or something. Anyway, and the horse does yoga because the horse then sits on a bar stool, which obviously a normal horse wouldn't be able to do. Yeah.
So can you speed it up a bit? Come on.
Let's
see the punchline.
Anyway, so basically, the horse orders a pint of beer, pint of lager.
As you do.
Yeah, pays for it, sits down, he's on the bar stool, he's sitting there, he's just relaxing, enjoying his pint. He goes, oh, that was lovely. And he goes, barman, I'll have another pint. Barman gives him another pint. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he's on his second pint now, he's just sipping away, he's relaxing. Suddenly, there's a kerfuffle at the door.
Yep.
Right, and in breezes Celine Dion. Right, the singer. Yeah, the singer. So she comes in. Yeah, it's a bit of kerfuffle. She sits down on the bar stool next to the horse.
Okay.
Doesn't look at the horse. Barman, I'll have a baby champ. Apparently she drinks baby champs. So she's there with a baby champ, yeah, and she's drinking. And the horse looks over at her and goes, "What?" And he goes to her, "All right there, love. What's with the long face?"
Okay,
the horse has got quite a long face.
Yeah.
Celine Dion's got a really, really long face. Yeah, I think I should turn professional. Well, I could do stand-up. Did I tell you about my Lord of the Rings theory?
No, you never actually. Go on, go for it.
Right, there was this documentary, right, on TV about Tolkien. Because he lived in Birmingham, you see.
That's right, I heard,
yeah. He was a Brummie. And I think that's what Elvis is based on, Brummie. But anyway.
Okay, go.
All right. Anyway, basically, the theory was, right, that there were two towers near where he lived. Right, and that was the basis of the two towers in the Lord of the Rings. The Tower of Barad-dûr and the Tower of Isengard.
Yeah.
Isengard being the nice one with the wizard, although the wizard goes a bit dodgy, and Barad-dûr being the one with the big eye on the top.
Okay, yeah. Actually, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the two towers. Now,
okay.
in actually the area where he lives here, in Edgbaston, there's Perrett's Folly, which is like a water tower.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and that looks like one of them. And there's another one that they say is the second tower, but I've got a different theory. Okay.
Different theory.
Yeah,
you
see,
always do. Go on. Come on.
My theory is this, right? That isn't the second tower. The second tower is the rotunda in the bullring. Now I know what you're thinking. The rotunda was built in the 60s, and the Lord of the Rings was written in the 30s. Well, it was 40s, wasn't it? I think it was published post-war, so it was about 45, something like that. 46.
So, how did he think of the rotunda when it hadn't been built?
You see, that's an obvious solution to that. You see. If you look in Lord of the Rings, they're always smoking, aren't they? Pot, because you know that thing, that's pot they're smoking.
Oh, of course, I know that.
Right, and I bet he had a few mushrooms and whatever. So my theory is that he was high on a cocktail of beer, pot, and mushrooms, and other hallucinogenic compounds which he could have got, including, say, morphine. So basically, my suggestion is that maybe Tolkien was a bit of a crackhead. He was tripping out, and he astrally projected forward. Okay, so his body was still in the 1940s, right, but his spirit was actually projected through time to the present day, and he was wandering around the bull ring, okay, and he would have seen the glistening bull ring, because it's a new bull ring now, isn't it?
Well,
and that's shiny, that's Minas Tirith. You know, the City of Kings with all the glistening mountaintop with glistening towers and everything. Obviously, that's the bull ring. I mean, have you seen Next building? If you look at it from the front, just like Minas Tirith.
Okay, fair enough.
Right?
I kind of see where you're going. Yeah.
And then the rotunda's got the big digital clock on, and that's the eye. You know, the eye of Sauron. Yeah, it's like a digital clock, isn't it? At night. So obviously, it must have been astrally projecting. It was night, and he saw like the tower with the big eye on the clock on the top. And obviously, not seen a digital clock before, so I thought that looks a bit weird. I'll stick an iron in there. So you see, that's my theory, that the rotunda is the second tower.
Okay, have you told anyone else about this?
Well, I did send a letter into Newsnight, but I've not had a reply yet.
I wonder why not.
Yeah, they're probably behind. Paxman's probably a very busy man.
I'm sure he is actually, but yeah. Okay, interesting. That's
There's more to my theory. Yeah.
There always is, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, you see,
Go on,
no.
then.
See, the other thing is, like, I think the Lord of the Rings is about marriage. Because if you think about it, that one ring looks just like a wedding ring, and the whole gist, right, of that trilogy is don't put the ring on, the ring of power, because as soon as you put it on, it forever, you have to obey, and like, even like when you've got it on, it's not there. You can see the eye burning into the back of your head. Obviously, that's the missus. Even when you're not around, she's got your eyes on you, and like once you put it on, it sucks the soul out of you, doesn't it?
I do like that analogy. I do. Like that. Yes,
and right. Yeah. One of the other things is when you put the ring on, you live longer, and obviously married men live longer.
Because they have to suffer more.
Yeah, because they're not allowed to die, because it keeps you alive.
Excellent. I do
so you see,
like
the
that.
Lord of the Ring, as soon as he puts it on, that's it. He becomes invisible.
Yeah.
Because he disappears, because he can't go out with his mates anymore. Mm-hmm. So as far as his mates are concerned, he's invisible. He's not allowed to come out anymore. He can't go to the match. He can't do anything without checking in with his missus. So obviously he's invisible.
Right.
It drains the soul from him. Mm-hmm. And there you go. You see, Lord of the Rings. The moral of the story is: don't get married.
And you know what? I've stuck to that moral.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm still single.
Yeah, there you go. You see, but you can't blame me.
Know it.
And I think there'll be a correlation between the films now coming out and a drop in the marriage rate.
Yeah.
But
there is one thing. You were never good at economics, though, were you? Particularly correlation.
Yeah. Well, I was going to get somebody else to do the stats for me.
Okay.
Just get a few graphs in PowerPoint. It'll be fine. Yeah. So I was thinking maybe I should write a novel with all my theories in. It wouldn't be a novel. It was sort of like, just a book about my theories.
I tell you what, do it, write it, I'll sell it on eBay for you. We'll make money out of it.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. Okay, so how did your date go?
Yeah, not the best actually, unfortunately. I was a bit dodgy to say the least.
What was up with this one? I mean, you're so picky. There's always something up with these girls, yeah?
It's not my fault,
All right, what was up with this one then?
Well, okay, let me see.
Take me restaurant. Take me through the day.
It's a really, really good restaurant.
So you didn't take it to Nandos or anything?
Okay, it was Nandos. Yeah, it was Nandos. Yes, you're right.
Nandos is not technically classed as a restaurant.
Well, it was Nandos, but we were there. She was actually a good-looking bird.
All right.
She was good-looking, good sense of humour, and she laughed at my jokes.
That would be perfect. What more do you need?
Well, this is what I was thinking. But we were chatting away, and I just kept noticing something about her. I couldn't quite make it out. But I think it was something to do with, it was her eyes. I was looking, and they were a bit strange.
What do you mean strange? Did she have one like different colour, like David Bowie?
Well, yeah, technically, I think it was slightly strange, slightly different colour, and I think they didn't seem centred. It just didn't seem.
So she just had a bit of a lazy eye.
Yeah, I thought that initially, and
this is you just being too. I bet she was just to a normal person. She'd have been perfect. It's just you being picky, looking for excuses. Okay. Yeah, I bet there was normal. It was like a millimetre out. Technically, for you, that's amazing.
For perfection, but but you haven't heard.
So what you want is a date with a supermodel in Nando's, basically.
Well, yes, but as I say,
so she's good looking. She's laughing at your jokes. It's all going well.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I said something. She was actually in tears of laughter.
Yeah.
In tears of laughter, and she just put her head back like that, and it dropped out.
What dropped out?
Her eye.
What do you mean her eye dropped out?
It dropped out on the time and just rolled away.
What? So she had like an artificial eye?
Yes.
So, just talk me through that again. How did that eye fall out of her eye?
Well,
out of her head.
She put her head back.
Yeah.
Went forward, and it just fell out. I could not believe it, and I'm thinking, oh my god, what a nigger.
That's kind of a conversation stopper. That.
Well, yeah. I was there. I didn't know what to do, and then my phone went. My phone went. It was you.
Oh right, that was me. Yes.
Remember, you thought, you must have thought I was a bit weird or something was going wrong.
Yeah, did she a bit strange?
I had to make an excuse up. I just needed to get out of there because I just couldn't believe it.
So you just left her? Obviously you were a gentleman, you helped to look for the eye. What did you go, waiter, my date's dropped her eye, can you just pick that up for me? Or
no, I legged it.
So you left her? Sit in the restaurant with just one eye and a gaping hole and...
What? Think about me, how do you think I felt?
So basically you ditched her?
Well, okay, yes, technically, yes.
So not only did she then have to... She was sitting in a restaurant, all done up, with one eye socket empty, looking for a glass eye. Yeah, so she has to grit around on the floor, scrummage around for an eye, go to the toilet, put the eye back in, come back, you've gone, and she's stuck with the bill. You're a quality dude.
That was a good thing, I didn't have to pay for it. But
Oh,
yeah. But as I say, that was a strange one, and it's kind of put me off women to a certain degree because you just don't know what's going to pop out.
oh God. So basically, I can only imagine that a Punjabi family had adopted a hippopotamus at birth.
So she was slightly overweight.
She was a big bird, yeah, she was a big bird. Basically, it looked like a hippo in an Indian suit.
Okay.
Right? So start with, it's not going well. I'm thinking, where's the exit? And then, I don't know how this happened yet, but suddenly I ended up thrown into the bedroom with her.
Oh my
right?
God.
So she's sitting on the bed, and I'm thinking, "Gah!" Right? So
she's moving fast, isn't she?
Yeah. So I'm in the bed because I go, you two go and have a chat somewhere.
Yeah.
So the ladder's in, right? And she's sitting there on the bed. Well, I say sitting on the bed. What she's doing, she's sitting on the edge of the bed, and like the headboard, I think, is off the ground. It's like an angle. But I didn't really want to say anything, so I'm looking for somewhere else to sit. She goes, "Why don't you sit?" And there's nowhere else to sit, so she said,
okay.
"Why don't you sit next to me, on the bed?"
Yeah.
So so what I do is there's like a table, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I sort of lean against the table. I thought I'd do my sort of leaning back here, looking cool, right? And on the wall, right, there's a picture of this like Indian movie star, right?
Right. Yeah.
With like a little moustache, and he's wearing like a check waistcoat, like a check. A chessboard, black and white.
Right, okay, yeah.
So it's a check waistcoat. And
Her
I'm
ideal
thinking,
man, is it?
Yeah. So I said, all right, who's that bloke? Yeah. And she goes, oh, he's just like, he's an Indian actor. Right? I think he's really good. And I go, right, I take it you don't want me to dress up in one of those check waistcoats. Mm-hmm. And right, I thought, it's just a normal, just a witty little remark, just a bing. Right, and her reply, and you'll love this, her reply was, no, just because otherwise, you'll be like those monkeys in my dream. That was her reply. You'll be like those monkeys in my dream. Now, at that point, what I should have done is said, is that the time? I've got to go straight for the exit. You see, this was before we had our system, which we've now got in place where if I'm in trouble on a date, I'll press my phone and it will call you. Right? And it's on silent. You get a call from me, and then what you do is you call me back. I pick up the phone, say, look, we've got an emergency, I've got to go. This was before those days.
Before the emergency
so
plan.
I had no emergency exit. So I'm thinking at the door. And like one of those things where you just go on autopilot. So I was so I said, "What monkeys are these?" Where can you go? Where else can you go in that conversation? So I thought, all right. She sent it back. It's an unusual shot. I was expecting a thing. It's over here. Okay. It's monkeys in waistcoats.
So I went,
okay. Tell me about these monkeys in waistcoats.
Okay.
Basically, she said she had a dream, in which all these little monkeys, wearing these waistcoats.
Yeah.
And little hats. I think fezzes. I didn't go into the hats in detail, but little hats to go on with the monkey heads.
You mean those little Tommy Cooper kind of hats?
Yeah, something like that. So it's little monkeys in little checked waistcoats, black and white checked waistcoats and hats,
What a vision.
Yeah. Were like, she was playing with them. And then this giant, big, silverback gorilla came in, right? Chased all the little monkeys away, right? And then, this giant gorilla is on top of her. Right?
Don't tell me this is meant to be you.
It's just a dream she had.
Okay.
This is just in normal conversation. This is what she decided to tell me. So, and then in this dream, she's like, the gorilla's on top of her. She hugs the gorilla, and then they go to sleep together. And then they wake up in this beautiful bed with flower petals on. And there's her with the gorilla, and the little monkeys are back, and they bring her breakfast. They bring them both breakfast.
Okay.
So she's in bed with this gorilla, and then the little monkeys in hats on bring breakfast in.
Right. Okay. That's that totally puts my one into perspective.
Yeah. So that was her general conversation.
My
At that
God.
point, the auntie pops her head through the door and goes, how's everything going? And she goes, oh, it's going really well. And then they shut the door and we had to carry on. So basically, it turned out she'd been stalking me as well, because she says to me, we were in the same class together at college doing A-levels. I'd never and I didn't recognise her, obviously. Being the big bird in the corner, I probably hadn't looked at her twice. So she was insisting she was in the same class with me. And then I said, are you sure? Because I never remember seeing you once in this class. That kind of upset her as well for some reason. So I don't know what happened there.
Strange. So a bit of a minger.
Yeah.
A bit overweight.
A hippo.
Stalker. Well,
Yeah.
a hippo.
Hippo stalker with weird dreams.
And a bit of a psycho.
Yeah, a psycho hippo stalker.
What could you want?
Yeah, ironic thing was, we came out and my mum goes, yeah, she seems perfect. I mean, Jesus, Mum.
Oh, dear me.
Yeah, so,
Well,
I'm seeing her again next Tuesday.
oh, this is what I thought, actually. I was
No,
gonna
I'm
think,
joking, no. So, yeah, obviously I ditched her, but there you go.